problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm the coach. That's Marley Bets, and we're joined by No Cap Bets. Plus, we are here, and we got 2 more games, man. The real primetime games. And if you've been locked in the sports world, you kind of see that there's this has been the talk of the playoff game because of Lamar Jackson and what's going on with him right now. We got the Ravens taking on the Bengals. The Ravens are 10-7 on the year, and the pissed off Cincinnati Bengals are 12-4 on the year. They're getting ready to kick this game off primetime, 8:15 Eastern time in the Bengals Stadium. This line did open up in favor of Cincinnati minus 6.5, and right now that line's sitting at 9.5 as a consensus because of Lamar Jackson. The total did open up at 43.5. Right now that line's sitting at 40 as a consensus. Let's get to some of these notes and these actual factuals real quick. And we're going to start off with Baltimore. The unders hit 5 out of the last 6 games for the Ravens. They are 6-3 straight up in the last 9 games against Cincinnati. 6-3 against the spread in the last 9 games when playing on the road. The overs hit 4 out of the last 5 games when playing on the road against Cincinnati. 2-6 against the spread in the last 8 games when playing against an opponent from the NFC North Division. And 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games when playing in the month of January. Now, the Cincinnati Bengals, they're 7-1 against the spread in the last 8 games. They're under hit 4 in the last 6. They are 8-0 straight up in the last 8 games. 6-0 straight up in the last 6 games at the crib. They over hit 4 in the last 5 when playing at the crib against Baltimore. 8-4 against the spread in the last 12 games when playing against the NFC North opponent. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games in the month of January. And they over hit 6 out of the last 9 when playing on a Sunday. Injury reports right now, as we all know, Lamar Jackson, he is out for this game. Running back Gus Edwards, he left last game. He's questionable with a head injury. Quarterback Tyler Huntley, he is questionable with a shoulder injury, but he is most definitely going to play. Marcus Peters, cornerback, he is questionable as well. He's out with a calf injury. Cincinnati Bengals, injury reports right now. Tyler Boyd, he is questionable with a head injury. Guard Alex Kappa, he is questionable with an ankle injury, and T. Higgins is probable with the illness, but most definitely all these guys are going to be playing. Last time we seen Baltimore, they lost to the Bengals 26-16, and vice versa for Cincinnati. But with that being said, round 3, Ravens, Bengals. Marley, what's the play?
I'm on the Bengals here, minus the 9.5. I mean, no Lamar Jackson. Huntley's shoulder is banged up. I don't know if they're going with Williams or not. The guy from Oregon, I think that's his name. But they have no chance if that's the case. So I'm all over Joe Burrow. Obviously, they got Super Bowl aspirations. Jamar Chase and Nixon, and I believe Higgins will play. I don't want to be too long-winded on this game just because simply it's just no Lamar Jackson. That's just really the base for everything. Without him, I don't think this team can compete. They didn't beat the Steelers with a rookie quarterback, with less weapons on offense. So what makes me think they can go on the road and beat the Bengals? And I think Huntley played in that game against the Steelers. And I don't think you said no Huntley neither, right?
He's questionable. He's probably going to play though, man.
But he hasn't practiced none this week.
He was throwing. He was throwing today.
He threw this week. Okay, today's the first day that he threw then because he hasn't been throwing. He has a shoulder. He has a shoulder injury. So I don't even know, like, is he going to be, even if he plays, like how healthy really is he? And we're talking about a playoff game on the road. I like the Bengals here. It's going to be a blowout, in my opinion, without no Lamar Jackson. I mean, their whole offense is predicated on Lamar Jackson. That's why Huntley's the backup. If you look at their quarterbacks, they're just worse versions of Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And I like Huntley as a backup. He's a good backup, but I mean, each quarterback is just a worse version of Lamar Jackson because their whole offense is predicated on Lamar Jackson. No Bateman, no Lamar Jackson, no offense. So give me the Bengals. They'll cover the 9. I don't even think the Ravens can even get you a backdoor cover here because the offense just is not going to be able to move the ball.
All right. Marley likes the Bengals minus 9.5 plus. What's your play for this game?
Yo, guys, I just want to get some clarification. Does the Duffy rule not apply when it's 9.5? Because that's still double digits.
He said 10, though.
He said 10. Yeah, I was thinking that.
Okay, we got to get back in touch with Duffy and figure out what's going on. Because this looks like double digits to me. Well, and it's a division dog.
We talk about possibly a third string quarterback, too.
Hey, I said I didn't like Skylar Thompson, but I love third string quarterback. Shout out to Zappy. Shout out to Brock Purdy. Shout out to Anthony Brown. Everybody but Skylar. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's gonna be the Ravens for me, 9.5. Marley, I mean, we were definitely on the same levels in every other game, but I'm gonna go with the Duffy rule, minus half a point. It's a division dog, and I heard Rob Gronkowski. That's why I'm so happy we got shows like this where people could just keep it real. I heard Rob Gronkowski say, it doesn't matter who they signed for $100 million as a linebacker. I don't know what problems he has with Roquan Smith, but okay, yeah, they signed a linebacker. They want to get Baltimore defense back to Ray Lewis's Baltimore defense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was a good look to try to bond this defense together. A lot of people have been sleeping on this defense because they've been having some late game collapses, mainly because Harbaugh doesn't really believe in them like he should. So this was a good move, giving that $100 million bag to Roquan Smith, especially at a time like this where there's no Lamar. You're trying to pull that locker room together and say, look, guys, we're actually going to fight. This is a system that we have. I don't want to go out looking like I'm a coach that's just literally watching Lamar do everything. I gotta scheme and plot and put something together that no matter who's under center, we're gonna come out and win this game. I heard Mark Andrews talking in the press. He was rested going into this game. Dobbins was rested. They've already covered against the Bengals last week, and they rested pretty much their two best players, the two best healthy players at this point. 12-3-1 as a road underdog since 2018, the Baltimore Ravens. Against the AFC North, they're in the underdogs in the division. The AFC North has been amazing, actually, as underdogs in this spot. This whole division is 16-10-2. The Ravens this year is underdogs 3-1-1 against the spread. Now, the AFC North as a division in the home favorite spot, 18-31. I think this number is just way too high. If you give me the Bengals just under a touchdown, definitely we can get involved. But let's talk that third string quarterback. If Huntley doesn't end up playing, despite 2 picks, 4 sacks last week, this guy Anthony Brown put up 286. And like I said, shout out to Zappy and Purdy. It's something about these third string quarterbacks. You got Dobbins back, you got Andrews, you got more targets, and I'm going to be real with you. It's kind of a good thing that Lamar is not in there. If he played this game in particular, I feel like he would have what I'm going to call the Dak effect. We'll talk about the Dak effect in a minute, I'm sure. But the Dak effect is like when you just think you can squeeze balls into tight windows, you just want to be a hero and throw in the double coverage because you think you're that guy as opposed to play within the system. No matter who starts this game is going to play within the system, and that's what you have to do in the playoffs. You can't be a hero. So shout out to Lamar Jackson. Pay that man his money. I had to Google all the MVPs since the 90s. I don't think anybody's been this disrespected like Lamar Jackson, but it actually works in Baltimore's favor. If there's no bonehead coaching, because there's been some bonehead coaching from Baltimore Ravens, they should be able to cover this matchup. The locker room, everybody in Baltimore, they hear all the pundits, all the talk. Oh, without Lamar Jackson, Baltimore, this is bringing this team together. Cincinnati, 8-game win streak, one of the best teams against the spread all season. They didn't cover the number last week, so now there's even more familiarity in this game. Everything points to the Bengals. I'm going the other way. Give me the Blackbirds plus 9.5.
All right. Plus, he likes the Bengals. excuse me.
I like the
He
Ravens.
likes the Bengals. I'm sorry, the Ravens. I'm placing my bet right now. Trying to get in
On the
get this
Ravens.
money. Nah. That's college basketball.
Hey, Mavs up on the Lakers 40-29. Anybody that roll with me.
Let him ride. Man, I'm going with the pissed off Bengals first half -6. The Bengals are pissed off right now. They are hot from the top down to the water boy. That whole organization is upset about this neutral game situation, and they really don't like how they already go ahead and crowning it to be the Bills versus the Chiefs going down in Atlanta. Let me get in. Let me get out. Let me have this Bengals crowd. Let me rattle this third string quarterback. Let me have the Joe Mixon. Let me have Jamar Chase. Let me have Joe Burrow. Go to work in that first half, put up these double-digit points, and we eat. After that, hey, I don't care what goes on, for my sake. But we're going to get in, we're going to get out, and we're going to do some second half live betting. So that is my official play. I'm riding with the Bengals on the first half. Bengals are kind of hot right now. Lamar is not playing. Hey, we appreciate you tuning in, Cruz, and checking us out. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and follow.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.